welcome. This is Pavan Devarkonda, Ansible Automations Guru, talking to you about Ansible Playbook, which finds the Java process on a remote machine. So, how this happens? This is the ideal logic, and Ansible controller is going to execute with the shell module, and it is going to run on the remote machine where Java Tomcat process is going to be running. The command is simple Linux command ps-ef pipe grep Java. The grep Java, the grep Tomcat or JBoss, anything, whatever Java application server which is running in the remote machine which we can find. Come to the Ansible controller machine. Let's begin the writing the playbook. So writing the playbook is very simple. As you know, the first beginning we are going to use the triple dashes to indicate this is beginning, and then we can start the playbook. So playbook name first we have to give hyphen name colon, then we can give the purpose of this particular playbook. So here we can find the Java process and then kill or then terminate, or you can use the thread dump. Any purpose we can use this one. The sequence of steps you can play different tasks which we can play, that we are going to call it as a playbook. So in this one, we can use the inventory host. We can assign directly. We can assign all. We can also use the variable. The variables can be anything, that depends on your choices. Here I'm using the targets. Targets can be passed at the time of runtime. So it can be an extra variable, and we can give it in the command line, or we can also call this playbook from the AWS or Ansible Tower, Red Hat Ansible Tower. So here I'm using the default value. So default value can be localhost or it can be a web server. That is depends on your choice as per your project. You can select that one. So now this is about the inventory choices. The next thing is about gathering facts. So every Ansible playbook is going to run at the time it is going to collect the information from the remote machine. Whenever it is connects, automatically fetches the facts. So these facts we don't want that collection facts takes some time. So to avoid that one, to improve our performance of the execution of this playbook, we can always suppress that gathering facts. The next thing is number of tasks. So here I'm going to have the task. Task is a list. So whenever you have a list in a YAML file, we are going to use a hyphen. So let me go back and give the name of the task. So the name of the task can be assigned with the name colon then followed by the task what you want to perform. So whenever we start the task, hyphen indicates the list item, then name of this particular task. So in this task, we are going to find the Java process on a remote machine. So here I'm going to use there are two different options. Command module we can use, or we can also use the shell module. Command module, if you are going to use, only one command can be executed. But if you want to use pipe and then followed by grep and other commands also you want to use, if you include in a command multiple pipe symbols, multiple uh, transitions from one command output is going to given to the another, then always go better to find different module. So here is a shell module is the best choice. Okay, so the process can be found. So whenever I'm finding the Java process, I'm getting two process. Let us try with the Tomcat process. Oh, if Tomcat process also, it is giving the two process IDs. So whenever we are trying to get the process ID, you can see in that highlighting. So the Java process, it is also finding the grep process also. So the Java process, that is Tomcat process. After that, another process that is which is try to grep this particular process. So we don't want that second one. We want only first one. To avoid the second process ID, there should be a mechanism. How? What is that option? Again, grep command with a hyphen v. Hyphen v tells that don't means don't find that pattern. Grep is actually finds the pattern. So grep hyphen v, we don't want the line which is having the grep. That is what we are going to add to the logic. So 3 pipes we are using, and this finally we got the single process ID. This is what expected in the command. So this is the command we are going to give it to the shell module, and once this shell module is executed, where it should go, there should be some variable to catch that result. So I want to catch that result into the registered variable. So register variables we can define in the Ansible. So let's make this register variable as a Java process ID. The purposeful variable name makes sense. So if you are going to give this way, Java space process ID, it doesn't accept because it is multiple words are there. So you should have a single word. You have to remove the spaces so that we can consider that as a referred with that particular variable name. So register variable Java process ID we are going to use. So now let's go and define another second task here. So once you get the register variable value, now we are going to print that one. So that's the beauty here. So to print, what is a module we can use? Debug. Debug is a best module, and it is going to print our output, what we are going to collect in variables. You can use register variables, you can use normal variables, what you define. So vars, whenever you are using, that is also we can define under the debug. So whatever caught in the previous command, Java process ID, we want to use here to print the process ID. So let us try that register variable and try to print. Save this file and try to execute the playbook. So let us do that now. Ansible playbook, and then the playbook name. It is giving the localhost result, but in localhost I am not running Tomcat. So what we need to change? Extra variable which we have defined as a targets variable that will goes as an inventory to the playbook. So I have a web servers group that is going to have the Tomcat servers running. So two servers results, two different outputs. Successfully we got that result, but lot of other data is also collected and it is showing a lot of other stuff. We don't want all other stuff. We want specific one particular attribute value, that is standard output value. So how do we extract only that particular element, that particular attribute value? So we need to use the Java process ID, that is a register variable, followed by the dot and then this std out. That will give the process ID. That's it. So let us go back and edit the playbook. Our playbook should have this standard output associated with the Java process ID. Right? Got it? Now go back to YAML file and write that Java process ID. Where is that printing? That one we need to add one attribute. Go to that and insert then dot std out. That's it. You can use std out also if you want, but yeah, that is fine for us. Now let us run the play. That is what exact requirement, and we got the Java process. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please like, share and comment.